What is up, everybody? And it's Christmas time. Christmas has to be the best time of the year. Christmas is all about the TV specials. My God, do I love Christmas specials, whether it be movie or TV. I love them so much. It was a huge part of my childhood, and I just love talking about them. They're amazingly well done most of the time. You have your 8 crazy nights out there, but I tend to stick to my Polar Expresses. This is the best film that I've ever watched. Best made film that I've ever watched. People have been asking me that, and I could not think of it, but then I remember Christmas, and I remember the Polar Express. This is the best film that I've ever seen. So let's just get right into the review and see why. The originality of the film. This film is completely original with its plot about this boy who gets on this train, and the train is going to the North Pole. He thinks that Santa Claus isn't real, but he goes on the trip to the North Pole, and in the end he learns that just because you can't see something doesn't mean you can't believe it. And the real joy of Christmas is it's not getting what you want, it's just experiencing something with friends. And that is phenomenal, original, completely, just utterly amazing. 5 out of 5 on the originality. The predictability of the film. You don't know where this film's going. And it's not one of those, we're just going to throw some shit out there and hope that it sticks with people. It is just perfectly well done. And you don't know where it's going next, but you know it's going to turn out good in the end. 5 out of 5 on the predictability. The characters. Here's the one thing that I have a problem with this movie. I wish the main character had a little bit more of, I don't know, maybe a personality. He has a set personality, but it's just not quite what a main character needs. I wish he would just talk a little bit more, or just like give us a little bit more about his backstory or something. Just a little bit more would have gotten this up to a 10, but I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The story and the plot. The story and the plot in this, phenomenal. Giving it a 10 out of 10. I already told you the story. This is based off of a book by basically the same thing. Of course, the film added stuff. And what it added was phenomenal. So, 10 out of 10. The moral of this film. The moral of this film is just about everything that this film has. A 10 out of 10 on the moral. It's phenomenal, just the way that they execute this moral. It's just one... I can't even describe it. It's so amazing. You just have to watch it for yourself. The animation. Oh my God, the animation in this film. For it being an independent film, it did really, really well with the animation. Phenomenal animation. Is or will it be dated? This film's not going to be dated. There's no way it can be dated. There's no point of it being dated because it doesn't use common slang. I mean, the book was written in 1985. It's going to be a classic tale about Santa Claus that's told for years. Kind of like the Santa Claus. So I'm going to give that 5 out of 5. The pacing of the film. This is the most perfectly paced film that I've ever watched. Everything flows, and it doesn't go by quick. It doesn't ever go too slow. It's always perfectly put together in this line that you call a movie. It's so fucking perfect. 5 out of 5. The impact of the film. This film is so impactful, especially with Billy. I mean, when Billy's about to not get his present, damn, it sucks, but it's impactful. The characters are so strong that you're able to feel for them. Does it hit the target audience beyond? Seriously, do you know anybody that hates the Polar Express? 10 out of 10. The relatability of this film, another 10 out of 10. I mean, these characters are super relatable. Whether you're just the kid that didn't believe in Santa Claus first, to being the optimistic person that believes in Santa Claus, to being the lonely kid on Christmas that, you know, normally doesn't have a family, but he'll experience it someday, to being the know-it-all geek. It's just so many relatable characters. 10 out of 10. And the voice acting. The voice acting, Tom Hanks does an amazing job, especially as the conductor. Leslie Zemeckis, Eddie Deezen, Nona Gay, and Peter Scolari also do most of the other voice acting. They did an amazing job. Just 10 out of 10. And, I mean, this is the best film that I've ever seen. 9.8 out of 10. I can't gush I really just can't say how much I love this film without doing a full-out reaction to it, and I'm not going to do that, but I love this film. I love the dialogue in this film. I love the story of this film. I love the moral of this film. I love the acting in this film. I love the characters in this film. I love everything in this film. This is my all-time best film, and it's probably in my top 10 favorite films of all time, as in just overall enjoyment. And it's definitely my #1 Christmas special. And this is how we're starting off Christmas, and I cannot wait. So, I know this was a bit short, but, you know what? I just was gushing over it for 6 minutes. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.